There's a built-in feature inside of Claude that helps you build better websites. And most web designers, they don't even know that this exists. They're called skills. And in this video, I'm gonna show you 4 of them, what they do and how they work, with a live demo for each one. And at the end, I'll show you how to build your own. Now, let's move on to skill number 1, scope guard. A client keeps adding requests that weren't in the original deal. You keep saying yes because you don't want to lose them. The project doubles in size, but the price stays the same. And that's what's called a scope creep. It costs the average freelancer about $15,000 to $25,000 per year, and this skill stops it from ever happening again. Now, as you can see over here, I actually have an intake MD file, and you have to replace this with your client. This is, by the way, a demo client for now, but this intake is basically all the details about the client. Now, I'm gonna prompt it, scope this project. Claude reads the intake file and builds a full scope of work document automatically. So as you can see, it just came back with it. You can look at the project overview, what is included and what is not included. It gives you a revision policy. The project includes 2 rounds of revisions. Additional revision rounds are billed at 150 euros per round. Not only is this good so you have it on paper of like what the project really looks like, it's also really good. They know beforehand, if I only have 2 revisions, it's gonna cost me 150 euros every time I need something changed. So to just recap this, before you design anything, the client knows exactly what they're getting. Like I just showed you in the actual demo, it shows you what's included, what's not included, and the result is a happy you as the designer and a happy client, which means they probably come back if you did a good job, obviously. Now, before I show you the next skill, I've built 2 skills that actually design and build converting websites in minutes. It's a full conversion strategy, full visual design, and it's all from one single client brief. They're absolutely free, and you can get them in the description and in the pinned comment. And the builder I use to bring these designs to life is called Breakdance, and you can find that in the description as well. All right, now let's move on to skill number 2, which is the copy generator. As you probably know, most web designers, they can't write copy, and most clients can't write copy either. Problem number 1 is you wait weeks for copy that never comes, the project stalls, you lose momentum, and the client loses interest. Problem number 2, or you write it yourself for free. No one asked you to, no one paid you to, but you did it anyways just to move forward. All right, so we're back in VS Code. We got Claude Code open. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna type generate copy. So what it will do, it will look at the intake MD again, and based on that, it will write the copy for you. And that's why you have the intake, because if you have your own client, you want to be as detailed as possible, right? And if you want another video on this, how you can do this and what questions to ask from your clients, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to make a video about it. But the more detailed it is, the better the copy will be. All right, so as you can see, it is now done. So it started with the hero headline, your cut, your barber every time. Amsterdam's premium barbershop where sharp fade meets old school craft. And as you can see, it really looks at what it does. So about the business is a premium barbershop in the heart of Amsterdam. As you can see, it actually took that, Amsterdam. But what I'm trying to say here really is like, it comes up with everything. It has a services section, and over here you can see services, classic cut, 25 euros. Over here you can see 25 euros. So basically, if you already have a design and you need copy, you can just one-on-one copy this over to your website. Now, in the old ways, you used to wait for the client to send you copy or have an actual copywriter doing it for them. Now with the new way, you can just generate it based on an intake that you provided, and this intake can be updated every single time. Now let's go to skill number 3, which is the AI designer briefer. If you're a web designer, you're familiar with this too. Somebody approaches you and it gives you a brief that says, I want something premium but approachable. We all know that this is not something that we can work with. Now with this skill, you eliminate that. Now let me tell you why. Clients give you feelings, not direction. Feelings don't tell Claude which colors, fonts, or layouts to use. That really means nothing. You can't build from that. And the problem with that is you're not going to be happy and the client is not going to be happy either. So with the intake open still, I'm going to prompt it to create the design brief. All right, so as you can see, it came back. It found a couple of keywords. As you can see, it listed those keywords over here, and it started asking questions like, what does that exactly mean, right? So what it does, it's going to create a targeted questionnaire based on the keywords that they have given you. So for example, they have given you premium and approachable. Like we we just said, that could mean anything. That means something different to anybody. So what this does, it's going to ask questions based specifically on those keywords. Let's just take one for example. When you picture a premium barbershop website, is it closer to a dark background with light and text copper accents, or a clean white site with bold black typography and strong photography? There's a lot of more questions in here, but you can send this over to the client and get way more details back, and then you will have a real direction where you can go into. So basically, you use the two keywords that he or she gave you and turn that into an actual brief yourself. So just a little recap, what you really do with this is you meet the client halfway. They get better answers and you get a real brief. So it pulls the keywords from their vague description, turns each keyword into targeted questions, which means happy you and happy client. All right, so this skill is very good as well. It's called the project closer. Most designers send the finished site and they basically disappear. But if you have a marketing background, you know that you should never just leave it at that. If you just send it over as is, you have no handoff document. The client has a website but no idea how to use it. They feel lost, they feel like they overpaid, and they don't refer you to anyone. There's no instructions. How do they even update the homepage? How do they add a blog post? How do they change their phone numbers? And because you thought everything was done, you're not there to answer. And as Russell Brunson once said, a confused mind always says no. So we're back in VS Code, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna type close this project. Again, it's gonna look at this intake MD file, and then it's going to close this project. All right, so let's start reading a little bit through this. Project, new website built, 5 pages, delivered. It actually gives the date, and look at this. The crazy part is today is the 15th of March of 2026, right? Designer Marcus Brantley from Brantley Sites. What was delivered, how to update your website. It actually tells them how to do it. You can fill in the login details, what happens next, and staying in touch. If you ever need updates, new pages, or just have a question, I'm one message away from this email. And the crazy part is it also generates you an offboarding email. And this is the important part right here, because now more than ever, real reviews from real people matter most than anything. That is what converts like crazy these days. So look what it says. And if you're happy with the result, a Google review means the world to a solo studio. Here's the link. You actually give a link to the Google reviews. And this is just a bonus tip from me. But before I do, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel because there's way more content coming. But let's go into the actual bonus tip. Besides having a Google review, which is very powerful, you can also ask them if they can record the review as a video. So you have a Google review, but also you have a video that you can use on your landing pages. So to wrap skill number 4 up, this is what turns a one-time client into someone who sends you referrals, and maybe even if you do it right, you can have them actually paying you monthly, get recurring money just by updating their website because you did it in such a professional fashion that you build trust with them. And the good thing is you only have to set this up once. After this is done, you can use this for every client that you get. Now, let's talk about how you can actually create a skill. And don't leave yet, because first I'm going to show you how to create a skill, but after that, I'm going to show you a method that will make this extremely powerful. So over here, I have Claude open, and what we're going to type is /skill creator. Over here, you can prompt it whatever skill. The way that I always think about it is this. What is your actual problem? What is the problem you have, and what skill do you want to have to actually solve that problem for you? So you type /skill-creator and you press enter. So what it will do now, it will actually read the skill creator skill that comes with Claude itself. And if you're new to Claude, it will not look exactly like this, but because I have memory in Claude, it will remember what I did. And a very good example for the tip that I'm about to give you is this one, the Hormozy outreach skill. So I remember when I first started doing cold outreach, I wanted to know what it was like. So I watched this video from Alex Hormozy, and you can actually take that video's transcript. So let me show you how you do this. If you have vidIQ installed, you can go to more, show transcript, and you can copy it. Right? Transcript is copied. Now, if I go back to Claude, right, I can just prompt it and say like, hey Claude, I actually have a transcript that I want you to turn into an actual skill. So let me just enter this, and I actually forgot to drop the transcript. So if it doesn't understand you, it will actually ask you the right questions to make this skill as powerful as possible. All right, it's now going to create the skill, and I'll be back once the skill is done. All right, the skill has been created. So let's quickly go over this. As you can see, use this skill when starting a new client client web design project from scratch in VS Code with Claude Code. You can customize this, by the way, any way you can. You can just prompt it to Claude and say like, hey, I don't like this. I want you to change it to this. Now, all 4 skills are absolutely free. You can get them in the description. And if you want the 2 skills that actually use a real client projects, you can get them in the description as well. And if you want to see a case study of those 2 skills in real time, that video is right here.